It's a very sad day for, in my opinion, the country. A New York State judge just ruled, and he's crooked as you could get, and a lot of people expected something like this, but not for the amount. But this is a very dishonest man. This is a man that's been overturned already on this case 4 times.
New details in the Trump case, and also many will stop investing in NYC real estate after Trump is swamped with debt. New York is doing this to its own detriment, and Trump is not just going to give up. Let's take a look at what happened.
But a crooked New York State judge just ruled that I have to pay a fine of $355 million for having built a perfect company. Great cash, great buildings, great everything. It affects New York. It's mostly talking about New York, where we have a totally corrupt attorney general. She campaigned on the fact that I will get Trump, I will get Trump. Everybody's seen it, Letitia James. They've all seen it. Well, we'll be appealing, but more important than that, this is Russia, this is China, this is the same game. All comes out of the DOJ, it all comes out of Biden. It's a witch hunt against his political opponent, the likes of which our country has never seen before. You see it in third world countries, banana republics, but you don't see it here.
You know, it's really like a witch hunt. The Biden administration is willing to do anything to sink Trump. I will say this, people are not blind and will not believe what is going on now. And believe me, there will soon be a reckoning for these bought deals and corruption in the country.
I mean, to be expected, Ike, right? Donald Trump has been extremely angry about this case more than anything. And listen, the reality is Donald Trump knew, and he said it at the top of his remarks, knew this was going to be a bad verdict. But I think the reality of how bad it is, right? The number of money that they now owe, the price tag, if you will, $354 million plus interest gets you well into the 400s. The fact that his 2 adult sons, Eric and Donald Trump Jr., have also been fined as part of this. The fact that his former CFO and comptroller have also been fined. But the other part of this, though, that I think is symbolic, and John Carl was hitting on this with you a couple moments ago, this case is the beginning of what has already been a reality we've seen physically, but legally a change.
Oh, wow. That's terrible. In the wake of Trump, his children are suffering from a corrupt system. You know, Trump did say this case was doomed to fail and he would lose it. Now the day has come when they've reached a verdict, and it's terrible. Biden is clearly going to regret what he did.
Before I directly address that, I just want to comment on his demeanor when he walked out and through that door. You know, he walked slowly, he talked slowly, he repeated himself many times, and he was somewhat restrained in a way that I think revealed a rage inside. I mean, John mentioned the redness. You know, my read, I've seen Donald Trump through a lot of chaos, through a lot of controversies, through crises, personal and political. That looks like a guy that is enraged by what just happened, and a guy who feels that what just happened might really hurt him, might get to him in a way that all the other stuff that he's dealt with, all the other investigations, all the other controversies, he's been able to skirt and to get around. I think that this I think that this has really affected him. Just again, reading the body language and knowing how he feels about the company that he built, as he mentioned, in New York, and they're really coming after him now in a way.
Certainly it will have an impact on the individual. I can't even imagine how he feels. Everything you've been doing and building for so many years is just going to be destroyed. It's horrible. We can really see how he's struggling, and it's really hard on him.
Well, this award, I mean, just leaving the whole Trump thing out of it and seeing what occurred here, and I'm no different than any other investor. I'm shocked at this. I can't even understand or fathom the decision at all. There's no rationale for it. And so let me give you a real-time experience I'm having regarding this, and I'm not the only one. It doesn't matter what the governor says. New York was already a loser state. Like California is a loser state. There are many loser states because of policy, high taxes, uncompetitive regulation. It was already on the top of the list of being a loser state. I would never invest in New York now. And I'm not the only person saying that. And here's a real-time situation. In development in real estate right now, the hottest asset class is very high-end data centers. They cost anywhere from $2.5 to $3.5 billion each. They're very expensive. They require low power. You need permits. But
So, I think that's good enough. This metropolis has huge problems. Investments are already falling, and with the current situation, they will fall below the plinth. I think they'll regret what they did. What do you think about that? Write your opinion in the comments, and don't forget to watch other shocking news on the channel.